Hey everybody, it's Sherry at the Crafty Decorator. Happy, what is today? Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I just got back from the dentist and I was trying to finish my project with these eggs. Guys, I think you're gonna love it. I love it. You'll need 2 sets of these 3 attached eggs from the Dollar Tree. I hope you all have some, or you could still find them. You know, these hanging 3 tinsel eggs. Okay, take them all apart. So you'll have 6 eggs. Then you are going to want to cut just these little nubs on the top. Cut these little nubs on the top. You don't have to do the sides, but these ones on the top, cut off. I didn't cut them off on my first egg, and they were kind of poking through, and I didn't like it. So cut all of those little knobs off. Then cut these 2 hangers off, the one on each end. Just give those a quick clip. Well, that little nubby broke off. Then you're going to end up with 6 of these, okay? After you remove the tinsel and cut the nubbies off the front. Then you are going to want, I measured. Now, if you're using the big chunky yarn, now, if you're using a thinner chenille or a thinner yarn, you will probably need more than 36 inches. I cut a 36-inch piece of my chunky yarn. I should show you what we're making, shouldn't I? Okay, I'm not totally finished with this yet because I want to show you how to add the leaves to it. But, guys, how cute is this flower? I'm telling you. Okay, here's a couple things. Number one, I put these on wrong, and I'm going to show you that. But I add a hanger on there. If you don't want to add the stem, you can hang these around your door. These would be so cute around your door if you don't want to add the stem. If you add the stem, this looks cute hanging on the door with the stem. And gosh, if we make one of the bumblebees, we can stick a bumblebee on here. Last year we made the bumblebees and I had them all around my door. A bumblebee would be cute on here. Or my, the porch box that John and I made that have the high back on it. I hung this on there. Oh, it looks so cute. And if you did like daisies all in the bottom of it, it would be so pretty. Or I might stick some of these in my cradle, my bassinet thing that I do for the front porch, my Thrifty Thursday I did in the spring. Okay, well, let's get back to making this. Okay, so if you're using a thinner yarn, you might need more than 36 inches. But here's what you're going to do. See these little brackets here on the back side? Add hot glue to one of those. Just down it like that. And then glue your yarn piece on there like that. You could probably even tie a knot maybe, but I just did the glue. Then you are going to wrap all around your egg. I found this the best way to help cover all these nubbies, but to still hold your yarn in place when you're wrapping around. That is the most important thing. I didn't want to have to use a lot of hot glue because the hot glue is just blah. See this tiny one? I skip over that hole, that one. And then I do this. Make sure that you're wrapped tight, like tight around here. I went through there 4 times because that is going to be your part that's sticking out. So you want to make sure that is all covered good. Well, you really want to make sure the whole thing is covered good. But you are going to wrap all the way around. And this will cover all the way around this egg, this 36 inches of yarn, of chunky yarn. This is the big yarn that I use for making the chunky blankets from Hobby Lobby. That is what this yarn is. Okay, so you're going to just keep wrapping all the way around. Now, your sides don't have to be as tight, like as many times through. because you're going to wrap sideways. But this top part and the bottom part, make sure you cover good. And I'll show you why in a minute. I'm not going to wrap this whole thing in front of you, but these tiny little holes I skip over. See, now this is the top, so you want to make sure that you get all of that covered, because we're not going to wrap all the way up going sideways. We're not going to wrap all the way up to the very tippity top. So make sure that this looks good, covered there. Like I go through like those holes like 4 times. The other ones on the side, I'll go like through 3 times. And the smaller ones, I only go through 2 times. Like I said though, this is the chunky yarn. So if you're using a thinner yarn, you're going to have to do more. Okay, but see how it's looking? See how we're wrapping? Now we're doing pink for the one I'm doing with you. But this is like, okay, so now I'm coming down to the end. I wrapped around. I'm coming to the end. Now we're just going to wrap and make sure this is covered good. I'm wrapping around. Okay. Now, I have this little piece left. See this solid piece in the back here? I'm going to add some hot glue to that. And I am going to glue down my end of the yarn right there. Pick-a-boo. Okay, so now you end up with this. Now, I don't cut anything off when I'm wrapping this way because you don't have to go through anything. It's very easy. Okay, turn it over. You're going to add hot glue across the bottom here. You're going to add hot glue across the bottom, and you are going to glue your yarn across the bottom like this. Okay, it's like I'm in jail. Okay, now, this is the only time you're going to have to use hot glue until you wrap the whole thing again. You are going to want to add hot glue on both little sides here. On this side, on the corner, because you got to pull this around and you want it to hold. So I'm adding hot glue to that side. Now I'm going to add hot glue to this side and pull it around. This is the only time I use hot glue until I get to the end. So you're looking like this. Now, all you have to do is start wrapping. I kind of wrap close together. I got yellow tinsel in there. So just keep wrapping around, and I kind of try to keep them close together. Now, it's a little crooked in the beginning because when we go around that little bottom piece, you can push this yarn down, but make sure you wrap close together. You don't want any of that gray showing down, showing through. I kind of push my yarn down too, just to make sure that I am getting it tight. Okay. This pink yarn, yeah, this is from Hobby Lobby. This is the, what's it called? Eternal Bliss, I think. Yeah, Eternal Bliss. Okay, see how fast it is to wrap? But I want to make sure that I'm tight. I kind of pull it a little tight too, going around. Okay. Now, just trying to see if I want to stop here. This is where I want to stop. Okay. So see how I have this last thing, and when I pull my yarn over, it's hard for me to do it there because, okay, when I pull my yarn over, it's all covered up. So what I want to do is add a little hot glue again on my corners because that's going to be my end. This is going to be my last row. So I add a little hot glue on the side and then on this side, just because I want to make sure that it stays in place. All right. Now I'm going to cut, just leave enough in the back because we want to glue it down. So then add some hot glue to the end of your yarn there. I don't know if you could see. I added hot glue to the end of my yarn and I'm just going to glue it down. I kind of push it in. There. Okay, so there you go. There's one of your petals. There is one of your petals. And let's see. I got all kinds of stuff going on. Now I have 6. You're going to wrap them all the same way. You're going to have 6. I am using a wooden circle for the center. These are at Walmart. It's 97 cents. It's a 7-inch circle. So you take your sticker off. You pull the staple out of the back too and take this off. Then you're going to want to mark the center of this. Just so I know where I am going to hang my little hanger. So I mark my center, 3.5. Then I'm going to draw a line down. So I did like this. Now I want to drill a hole up here. I want to drill a hole. It's my drill. I'm going to drill a hole, maybe like a 1/4 inch or so from the top. Okay. Okay. Drilled my hole. I drilled my little hole. See, just down from that edging right there. Before I start attaching my petals, I want to do my hanger. This is my thin Dollar Tree jute. So I am going to feed that through here. Let's see a second, because I got a little piece of wood sticking there. Okay. I had a little piece of wood sticking there. I wouldn't be able to get my string through. All right. I'm just going to feed my jute through. And I am going to make a hanger. So, I fed my jute through. All I do is make a loop and I tie a double knot. Now you can make your hanger as long as you want. I want to make sure it's tight. Okay. Make sure it's tight so when you hang it, it won't move. Okay, there's my hanger. I'm going to trim that little excess off. I got stuff all over me. Okay, now we're ready to add our petals on. So here is how I did it. This is my middle, right there where my hanger is. Now when I added these, I added them wrong. I added the fat piece. You know how your egg is like a little thinner on the top and then gets wider? When I first made that one, I added the wider end onto my board. And it was a tight squeeze. I thought I was going to have to get a bigger board. Well, that is because I added the wrong end. You want to add the narrower end to your board. So I have to make sure. Okay. You want one like on each side, like kind of like bunny ears, but they're close together. And your string is in the middle of those two. Then I want you to set them up first so you could see how it's going to look. Then add one on each side. Now you're going to want them on enough to glue. So like this much on the board. So what is that? Say, I just want to give a rough estimate. Like 1.25 inches on the board. Okay, so I have 4 on there. Then you are going to want to add your last 2. And they will kind of mimic the top. So it will be like this. See this? And then you have your center. That's where we're going to add our yarn for the thing. Okay, all I did was glue these down one at a time. Now, I used my bigger glue gun for this because I was squeezing so much, my glue wasn't coming out hot, like from squeezing so much of the small one. So I am using my bigger hot glue gun. But add glue, and I'm generous with my glue back here. Add glue and glue your first one down. I like to hold it there like a second. Gonna need another glue stick in there. I'm using my Gorilla Glue. Okay, now I do the one on the other side. Let's get my unwanted stuff off of there. Okay. Now I'm going to add this one on. Make sure your hanger is okay. Add that. Now I'm going to do a side one. I'm going to add hot glue. You see my hot glue? I just want you to be able to see. Now we're adding the side one. Now I move to this side. I save the bottom ones for last. I do the 2 tops, then the sides. This video will probably be a little long because I need to show you the leaves. Okay, I'm going to glue this down. Kind of just making sure because the glue's so hot that it takes us a minute to start hardening. Okay, now for your bottom 2. See, even squeezing my big glue gun, the glue starts not coming out quick, like, because it's not hot enough. I'm squeezing so much. Okay, now I got to add this one. I make sure they're always on the board because you got to make sure that you're spaced so you have room for them all. I'm not sure if I want to hang this one around my door or do I want to add the stick? Oh, I'm seeing a little gray there. Okay. On my strings. All right. Let's see. Still not hard. They're still not hard, but I'm gonna pick it up and show you. So there, this is how we're gluing it on. There's my hanger, which is in the back. That's my hanger, and it's between my first 2 petals on the top. Guys, how stinking cute is this? Okay, for the center, you guys can use whatever you want to use. Now, for this one, I used, and I don't know why I have this, but boy, is this bright. This is yellow loopy yarn. I would have liked it, I think, lighter yellow, but this is what I had. So after I kept looking at it, I didn't like how bright it was. I went and brushed some coffee stain mixture on it. It took the brightness down some, so it's not bad now. And it kind of smells good. But, okay, so you're going to add whatever you want in the center. Now, I was thinking, I don't know, maybe I should have did a cream jute in the center. I wonder how that would look. Should I grab one? Let's grab one and see. Okay, this is like that rope from the Dollar Tree. I wonder, oh gosh, I might like that. I think I might have a thicker one. I do have a thicker one because I think you might need the thicker one. But let's see. Just for different texture, maybe. And I can just lightly paint it yellow. Let's see. Oh, I think I might like the rope in there. But we have to make sure it gets between the petals. That's what's good about the yarn. It gets between, oh gosh, I don't know. I'm kind of liking it. And then I could dry brush it yellow. All right, let's try the rope. Let's try the rope. You can use whatever you want in the center. We're just going to try the rope. I got to take the tape off it. And get the tape off. I know the tape holds it together, but I don't want the tape to be showing. Ugh. I probably should have decided this. Ooh, hubby's home. Let's see. I'm having a hard time getting the tape off. Okay, wait. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is add hot glue and glue this down in there. Make sure you get in between your petals. Okay, then I'm just going to keep adding hot glue around and pushing my rope into my petals. Just want to make sure I get in between my petals. I'm going to have lots of string. All right, let's see. Might as well just add around. I'm making a video. He's yelling I'm home. Okay. You are just going to want to keep adding glue and gluing down whatever you want to put in the center. Kind of keep it tight, pushed together. I might brush it yellow. We'll see. Probably gonna need another glue stick. It's not like perfectly round, but that's okay. It's kind of cute though. All right. I'm trying to see where I'm going to have to cut. All right, so now I better see here because we're going to have to cut our rope. So let's see what I could get down in there. I wonder, even a mop head all opened up would be cute on here in the center. All right, let's see where I need to cut. I think here. Ooh, maybe I could leave this. Oh, yes, that is good. All right, I'm going to show you what I'm doing. second here. Leave extra rope up. All right. You have to play with it a little, but I'll have to trim this one. Oh, goodness. I think I need to trim this one a little bit. I'll show you this in a second. Okay. Oh, I like that. I should have, I wonder if I should have did the whole thing like that. Okay. Look, I love this little tassel like type effect in the center. Look at this. How cute is that? I'm liking the rope, guys. I'm liking the rope. And I am liking the little tassel in the center. I might even like this whole thing like that. I might even... Oh, goodness. You would have to cut like pieces and do it. Glue pieces in there. Oh, that might be my next one. Like if you cut little pieces and glue it standing up and then open that all up. Oh, God, that's a good idea. I might do that next. Okay. So here is this. Ooh. I'm not sure if I want to add the... I'm not sure if I want to add the stem on this or not. I want to see what this looks like hanging on one on each corner of my door. I'm not sure if I'd want pink or cream, but boy, I'm liking that a lot better than the yellow yarn. Okay, so I'm going to show you what you would do next. On the back, you would want to add, I'm using Gorilla Clear Grip Adhesive. You would want to take your adhesive and add a line. Like, be generous with the glue. Be generous with it. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then I used a 3/8 inch dowel. And I cut it to 22 inches long. That you would place that in the middle of your flower. Can you see that? You would place this in the center. So you'd put your line of glue down right under your hanger. Put that down. You can even go lower if you want your stick lower, depending how long you want your stick. But add glue. Lay this on your glue. Then take your, now mine would be staying because the glue. Take 2 pieces of your painter's tape, the blue painter's tape. It doesn't have to be. You can use masking tape. You can use whatever you want. But I had the blue painter's tape. And tape it in the back like this. Tape it down like this. Now, I don't want to add my hanger to this because I think I might want to hang it on the door. Oh, gosh, that is just too cute. All right, I'm going to set this down a second. Okay, I did let this dry overnight. I would say at least give it an hour because I ended up doing this late at night. Let me check the back of this. Okay. If you want, we can go back in. See how this is a little floppy? You could go back in and add a little more hot glue under your petal and glue it down. And glue that down. Some of them seem a little floppy to me. And I just want to make sure they're good. I might try this, guys, with a big round circle and the big single tinsel eggs. I have some downstairs. I might want to try that. Okay, so continue if you want around the back and add a little more hot glue. I'm going to save one to do for my picture because I think I need to do that. Okay, so when this is dry, you can take your tape off. and you'll have your stick like this. Now for the leaf, I made a leaf pattern. I tell you guys all the time, I Googled a daisy leaf. I don't know. And I just enlarged it some. I traced it on wax paper and then onto my cardstock. And this is my leaf pattern. Now, I bought at Hobby Lobby yesterday when I ran in Hobby Lobby. This is green. I wanted to buy the felt by the yard, but they did not have a pretty green. This is olive green. This is a pretty green. And they're 50% off this week, I think it was. So it's like regular 33 cents. It's like 16 cents or something. 16 and a half, weird. But I just doubled my where did I just put my leaf pattern? Guys, I just lost my leaf pattern. Well, anyways, I laid my leaf pattern on here. Gosh, how crazy is that? I laid my leaf, oh, here it is. I laid my leaf pattern on here. And I just folded my felt over. So I have a double layer. Because you're going to want 2 petals for 1 leaf. Then I just use a piece of white chalk. White chalk is easier on felt. And I trace around and I cut it out. And you end up with 2 leaves. Now you're going to want to do that twice because you're going to want a leaf, I think, for each side of the flower. After you cut your leaves out, I used this 18 gauge. I know I'm using, oh goodness, green. It's 18 inches long. It's 18 gauge floral stem wire. This is like green paper wrapped. I wanted it to be green because part of it is going to stick out the bottom of the leaf so I can bend it. Okay, back to my mini glue gun. So you have your 2 leaves. Fold one off of there because you're going to want to glue them together. We're going to glue the wire down the center. So add your line of glue down the center. Add your wire on there. And then glue your leaf down. Okay, now fold back aside and add some glue, a line of hot glue down the side of your leaf and glue it closed. And same thing with the other side. Add glue and glue down. I got like so many glue guns going on here. Okay. Now I look at it to see if I have any unevenness. This one's good. Okay. Here's what I did. Yeah, I hate this floral tape, but this is what I used. Floral tape. Okay. First, you're going to want to decide where you want your leaf on here. I got all kinds of leaves going on. I'm going to use one that I already let cool. You're going to want to decide where you want your leaf to go. So I hold my leaf to my pole, to my wood dowel there. And I'm going to want to bend it to see where I want it to go. I just want to know whereabouts I'm going to start wrapping it on there. Okay. I'm just having an idea of where I want to start wrapping. I took my floral tape. You're going to want to wrap some of the back, just so you don't see the wood. So take your floral tape and start wrapping your wood dowel. Yes, you got to pull a little, so it's like sticky. Now, I'm just going to break a piece off. I find it easier to work with a piece than the roll. Okay, you're going to wrap your, don't pull too hard like me. I just want to make sure you can see me, what I'm doing here. I'm going to wrap just keep pulling too hard. Now, when I get down to where I think I'm going to want to start wrapping my leaf, I'm going to stop and just hold my leaf up there again to make sure I am going to start wrapping it soon. It's easy if you hold it up like this. Okay, so now I'm going to start wrapping my leaf in there. So start wrapping your wire. Make sure your wire is tight to your dowel. And start wrapping your leaf in there like that, see? We are going to go, well, you don't need to watch me do it again, but after I wrap this all, I am going to go back with a third piece and wrap around. That way I make sure my wood isn't showing through and my wires will be secure. Just gonna see if I could do it on the roll. I have a hard time on the roll. Okay. It gets all twisted. I'm just going to rip it off. I just find it easier. And I want to make sure my leaf is okay. And I am just going to wrap. Oh, pull too hard. Your hands get sticky. Okay, now I would just start working my way back up. I just want to make sure that it looks good. I'm going to try and keep it on here at least till I get, see how I get twisted? It's much easier to work with a piece when you get to the leaf part. I'm just going to work with a piece. I said I wasn't going to stay on here and do this with you. So let me finish this piece. Now I'm going to have to make another one of these before, well, maybe one or two of them before I do my blog, because you have to take pictures of them. If I want to do it around my door, I'm going to need two. I do want to try the big one. Okay, I did up to the leaf, so I'll have to break off another piece, and I'll end in the back, up there, in the back there. But guys, how cute is this? Oh my God, it's so cute. It is so cute. I'm loving it. Okay, there's that one. I got to finish gluing my petals down in the back here. Or this, you can hang it. You can hang it on around your door. I'm going to try the big eggs and see what it comes out like. Okay, if you like this video, decorate the page with your friends, guys. And I will pick someone. Today's Tuesday. I'll pick someone on Thursday. And I'll send you the wood, and I will send you the 2 sets of eggs, and I will send you floral tape, the wires. I'm going to send you everything. I'm going to see if I have another thick rope. I'll send you a kit to make it. I'll send you a kit, except the yarn. You guys can get the yarn and pick out whatever color flowers you want. But I'll send you the stuff for the leaves. I'll send you the leaf pattern, the eggs. If I have another rope, I'll send you the rope and the tape. Okay, guys, thanks for joining me. I hope you love the flowers because I am in love with them. And I can't wait to try the big one because I think a big one on the front door would be so awesome. Okay, I'll talk to y'all a little later. Thanks for joining me. Bye.